The future of elections could drastically change in the city of Clovis. Instead of all voters voting on the same ballot, a voting rights group may force the city's hands. On this Wired Wednesday, we learn more from GV Wire senior reporter David Taub. Good morning, David. Thanks for being here. And what kind of changes are we talking about with this?
Right now, Clovis, the voters do what's called an at-large election, where everybody votes on the same ballot. They vote for, some years 2 candidates, some years they can vote up to 3. But that's an at-large election. Now, this voting rights group, led by an attorney by the name of Kevin Shankman, he's based out of Malibu. This is kind of his specialty. He's kind of written letters, even for some lawsuits against cities, school districts all throughout the state. Now, Clovis is on his list. They might have to change to district elections, where in essence you divide up the city by 5. And each city council person will have to live in that district, and only the voters in that district can choose that council person.
Well, how are Clovis City Council members reacting to this?
I spoke with a few. Drew Bessinger said nobody likes it, first of all. Right. But Drew Bessinger says, yeah, cities that have tried to fight this before, you can pay a lot of money and lose, or you just have to go with it and pay a little bit of money for the work that the attorneys already performed. I spoke with council member Diane Pierce. She doesn't like it either. Others don't like it, but they may not have a choice, because other cities that have tried to fight this have not been successful.
And you mentioned the attorney. What can you tell us about the attorney?
His name is Kevin Shankman. He's based out of Malibu, and this is his specialty. And he says that these cities that do at-large elections are violating California Voters' Right Act, which is about a law that's 20 years old. And the problem is it dilutes the power of Latino or other minority voters. In Clovis, he estimates about 30% of the voters in Clovis are Latino, but if with an at-large election, their power to choose a candidate of their choice, not necessarily a Latino candidate, is kind of diluted. And the one interesting thing in his letter that he wrote to City of Clovis, he mentioned a couple candidates in previous elections that lost. He didn't mention Jose Flores, the Latino city council member for 20 years. He decided not to run in 2022. But I asked him, well, doesn't that indicate that Latino voters in Clovis get to choose the candidate of their preference? And he kind of gave me some lawyer talk and downplayed it a little bit, saying, yeah, but with district elections, A, you can get more people living there. B, you're going to have more participation, at least from minority voters, to choose the candidate of their choice, whether it's the same race as them or whoever they want. And the interesting thing that all the candidates right now, or all the council members in Clovis, live east of Clovis Avenue. And if you take a look at a map of where they live, there are big swaths of Clovis that a representative does not live in that area of town. So when they eventually create a new election map, there's going to be some major changes on this current makeup of the Clovis City Council.
Wow. And so any idea if what's going to be done with this, if they're going to go ahead and make the changes, or if they're going to fight it?
The city of Clovis is going to decide that issue, or at least going to discuss it. They're scheduled to discuss it next Monday. And their choice is, you fight it. It's going to cost a lot of money, probably at least $1 million. And we see the map there. Look at everybody kind of lives on the eastern side of the town. There are big swaths where people don't live. So they can fight it. It's going to be costly, and other cities have not been successful before. Clovis Unified, the school district, got one of these letters, and this is the first election coming up where they'll be doing district elections.
Wow. David Taub with GVWire.com. We always appreciate you coming in and shining a light on these issues. Thanks for being here.
Thanks,
and great day. We'll be right back.